My name is Glenn Collins, and I'm a 1980 graduate of Texas A&M University with a PhD. I got my BS and MS degrees at Oklahoma State University. And I stayed on, they asked me to stay at Texas A&M, where I taught the 2 PhD courses in quantitative methods. And I went on from there. I left after 3 years and started building my own companies. And I've had a very long run, and built some very large companies over $100 million, and I've used predominantly my experience that I had at Texas A&M University in economics. Well, there's no question the quantitative methods was a big help, and also the software and being able to write and code software, because it makes things very logical. When you run a business, okay, you need to be very logical about the way you run things. And those experiences, especially the courses they teach, help develop that logic to make it a very good program. Well, I would say the main thing is treat people right. And if you treat people right, then basically good things happen. And the secret to making any company is that you've got to be energetic, and you've got to work harder than everybody else in a company. And you've got to treat people very well so they want to be a part of the company. When we had our companies, okay, most of the people in that community would want to work for us, okay, because they like the lifestyle that they live, and they also like the type of work we did. Oh, I would definitely say you definitely want to enter in the field of economics, and because from that you understand what the economic picture is, which is becoming a very important part of today's world. And by doing so, okay, you build the blocks that you're going to need to be successful in any endeavor that you may take in life. Well, I would say go and talk to your advisors. Okay, you sit down and look at all the different courses that each particular advisor talks to you about, and basically weigh those opportunities about what you want to do with the rest of your life. And if you're not certain, okay, like there were many times that I was uncertain what I wanted to do. At first I wanted to be a vet. Okay, but once I started taking courses in the economic curriculum, especially Ag Econ, okay, it changed all of that. And once you've got that, I think economics drives the world, and especially in this day and age with all the tech stuff. Well, a lot of businesses are all basically the same, but we were basically service businesses, and so they're very, very similar. The main thing is getting a handle, okay, on what your objectives are for that business and what the goals are for that business, and whether or not you have a product that's marketable. And if you don't have a product that's marketable, then you're not going to be very successful, and that's where the economics comes in. And that's where your training and your background, especially for some place like Texas A&M University, comes in. Oh, I'm very honored, and it came as a complete surprise to me, and I think it's great. And my whole family thinks it's wonderful, and it shows that basically there can be some very successful candidates that come out of Texas A&M University, okay, and that can pursue excellence in everything they try to accomplish. Well, if you ask my family, they'll say I don't balance it very well, and because I'm one of these individuals that tend to work very long hours and get very excited, and I tend to, have my fingers in all different sorts of things. So it becomes a balance, and usually when I get out of balance is when the family usually says, you're working too many hours. And so then I'll cut back and I'll redesign what I'm involved in so that I don't have to spend so much time. Oh, I definitely say that the people involved in Texas A&M University, and especially the Ag Econ, have been great to me, and they've been great, for my family, and they're a wonderful place to attend. It's a great place to get an education.